put some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, fuck everybody, just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, YouTube. How we doing this morning? Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Bayou. As always, Associate Minister. Good morning, Garden Quilt. I'm so used to saying G-Quat. Garden Quilt and Art Show, G-Quat. Good morning. Yes, I'm a little late. Actually, I've only had about 6 hours of sleep. I'm back to tossing and turning, but I miss my vacation. Oh man, that coffee is good. It's good today. Yeah, I literally ran out of hours in the dock. You know, as a truck driver, your hours is everything, and I literally ran out of hours in the door, and I knew where I was going, so I knew it wasn't going to be a problem. I knew that there was like two places where I could, park for the night and not have to worry about it. So that's what I did. Maybe I was just worried about sleeping in this freaking gravel lot, or I don't know. But it is what it is. And good morning. Let's go ahead and get into this conversation. Let's see. Hold on. Always, I haven't had to use this one in a minute. Okay. All right. You guys know that I'm an avid cruiser. And when we were standing online, the best part of being avid cruiser and married to someone who was cruising long before you is she gets priority boarding. Everybody that's with her gets priority boarding. So we stand in a different line. We keep on forgetting that, and when we got to the ship, we was on the regular people's line. sorry, you people's line. And when we got in there, by the way, guys, I just added another thing. Check out my friend. He's a very old and dear friend, Pastor Kevin Walters at Gospel Express Ministries. Man, if you can't get to church, he posts it on YouTube. every Monday morning, a service. It's not those mega churches. It's not that mumbo jumbo that you normally hear. It's straight to the point. And I mean, he's been blessed by God. He's the one guy that I could talk to, um, and not feel like I'm being talked down to. Wonderful, wonderful church pastor. And they've only have 88 subscribers on their YouTube channel. Please show them some love and tell them Can't Stop sent you. But normally, we was on the wrong line, and I was standing there, and then and I happened to notice this sign. I posted it yesterday. I happened to notice this sign. I posted it yesterday. What not to bring on a ship? Okay. Well, there are stuff that you're not supposed to do and not to bring on a ship for specific reasons. They don't want you to bring like electronic devices like um, uh, heating items like an iron. They have a specific area where you go to iron. I know it sounds stupid, but they do because they don't want you to leave something on and start a fire. They have specific things that they don't want you to bring on. I think one of them is a fan because they have the system, the AC system. They don't want you to do. They don't want you to do specific stuff like that. Um, but people tried. There was a family that they said that we were humiliated because they tried to bring a washing machine on board a cruise ship, a little mini wash, to wash your clothes. Where if you look, like on the horizon, they have a washroom where you can wash your clothes. The newer ships, they don't. The newer, bigger ships, because they want you to send them out and they'll wash them for you and charge you. It's all about the money. Um, One of the things that they don't want, uh, I forgot. I think that's all of the basics. I think that's all the basics. Oh, no candles. Like if you want to have a candlelight dinner or whatever, you can have the battery power that shows little fluorescent light, but no candles. But people people will bring crazy behind stuff onto the ship and not do their homework, you know, before they go on the ship. Like, you know, folks see these YouTube videos about nasty behind rooms, and I almost did it. I would have got my stuff confiscated. I almost brought a small thing of Clorox bleach, to sanitize the room. You can bring those little sanitizing wipes, but you got to pack them just right. But they don't want you to be putting, certain things like, okay, first of all, you're a perv. It says do on that sign at the bottom. It says I'm going to start there. Disabling chemicals. Okay, I'm gonna go there. It's early in the morning anyway. If you that freaky that you can't get a girl or can't get a man, um, stay off the boat. Stay off the boat, guys. Um, you got these idiots that think, well, it's okay in my state to have marijuana, so they try to bring it on the boat. Mm-mm. That boat is not United States property. That boat is not the property of your state. It's still marijuana is still illegal, and it's still illegal in or what do you call that? It's still illegal in it's still illegal federally, and it's still illegal internationally. And see, these boats are under international law. So they find out, they will confiscate it, and then they will kick you off the boat and they will hand you over to wherever port you're going to. They will hand you over to those authorities. Don't think that I'm an American citizen. I can do whatever I want. Okay, Ken. Okay, Karen. You think that works that way? No, it don't. The captain has full authority over you. You got to read the fine print. Don't be stupid, and don't do this ignorant behind stuff. See, because I'm gonna add to that. Us new people that get on these boats, they think, if you're from New York, or you from Atlanta, or you from Chi-Town, or you from Texas, or you from here or for there. Oh, you stepped on my sneakers. You're on vacation. The kids are running around. You're goofy, and you stepped and marked one of your sneakers. Now you're ready to throw down. Or you've had 3 or 4 beers and want to show everybody that you're He-Man woman beater or whatever, and you want to start a fight. Especially when the boat is full of black folks, like this last boat. I ain't never seen that many security walking around in my life on a cruise ship before until this last boat on the horizon. They must have knew it's somewhere in the demographics that how many. But here's the funny part: there was no shenanigans. All of these African Americans on this boat, and I didn't even think about it. There was only one shenanigan I seen. There was no shenanigans. There was no, fights and whatever. There was none of that. There's people just having a ball, stuffing their face, having a good time. The kids, Warm, Strong Adventure, tell you, I can always complain every time I come back from cruise. The kids were phenomenal. This is the second boat in a row where the kids were phenomenal. So I was like, okay. I would rather cruise with these people again. Kids were phenomenal. I mean, I literally spent more time on the children's day because I was hiding ducks, and the kids were loving it. And I was walking every 5 feet, just putting a duck on the banister, a duck in the corner, and then kept moving. You got to understand, on these ships, there's cameras everywhere, so they see me do this. And I even told the mothers, I told the fathers, and she's like, I see a nice young, well-mannered child. I walked up to them and asked the parent first, and I whispered, "Can I give them a duck?" And they would you see their face light up. Oh yeah, go ahead. And I give it to them, and it's like, yeah, he's been looking. I said, okay. I said, what? And I told him, what deck y'all on? Oh, we're on, because I was on deck 1 in the bowels of the ship. Oh, we're on deck 2. I said, where? Front aft. He said, front. I said, okay, I will litter the hallway with them tonight. And that's what I was doing, and I just had a ball. I had a ball. Okay, but back to the foolishness. And then on this sign, it said, do not bring gasoline on the cruise ship. I'm gonna change the I'm gonna change the thing on there. I'm gonna say stuff not to bring on the cruise ship. Do not bring gasoline. Okay, why do I need to see? Why? What? Okay, and I said it in the post. When you have to put it on a sign, that means someone tried to bring gasoline on a cruise ship. And someone tried to bring gasoline. I mean, how stupid can you be? Someone tried gasoline, turpentine, paint thinner. Okay, one thing you got to know, and I hear you do hear the story. So even though you're on vacation, be on your wiles. Be street smart. Even though you're on a cruise ship, do be on your wiles, because you hear some crazy stories. Like my wife, I had to tell her from now on, And when I go to the room, you go to the room. I'm your protector. She said, I think it was like one of the, because I get up early mornings. She said, not this cruise, but the last cruise where we was on with Charles and Cynthia. She said she felt uneasy, like someone was following her, and then she made a beeline. She had made a beeline for the door, even the older ships have cameras everywhere. I said, next time if I'm not around, you go to a populated area and then you tell somebody, have them walk you back to your cabin. But if you, because you got to be street smart, because you hear stories. They think they're getting away with it. One guy threw his and I'm not trying to scare you. One guy threw his girlfriend or fiance or wife or something. They got in an argument, threw her behind off the balcony. You think you're gonna get away with that? Really? And she didn't hit the water. She fell a couple of decks down. And look, if you in a situation like that, don't come on a cruise, man. Then they go fix that. That's you don't marry crazy. Then they gonna fix that. Wait a minute. It's saying, oh yeah, dude, right there, stepping on your shoes. This guy, he always has something with the way you say it is pretty cool. So, social media, you all right with me, you know. You know, there's sometimes you get people that are all on these ships, and I try to, if I notice new folks, especially when we first get there, I tell them, look, don't do this, don't do that, watch this, watch that, and see, there's a new thing. A new thing that will curve your enthusiasm is everything comes with a $500 fine. I'm not, and they automatically already got your credit card. So you think you will go ahead and act stupid? See, you giving up $500 already. All right, here's something. Yeah, I think I'm gonna change this. What not to bring on a cruise ship, because this is on a sign, so it's telling you somebody. Hey, Urban, somebody tried this. The next thing, do not bring on the cruise ship explosives. Oh my lord, explosives! Really? Okay, okay. Let's get deep. Blasting caps, dynamite. Okay, blasting caps and dynamite. You literally need, and if it's on this list, that means that somebody tried to do this. You literally need to have a license. You need to be a licensed explosive expert to even own something like that in the United States. But you going on vacation, I hope you didn't try to fly in. Then security at the airport, they all need to be fired. No, okay. Now I can understand fireworks, ignorance on fireworks. Well, when we get to this island, or we could shoot it off the back of the ship because you knew you don't know no better. I got some bottle rockets. We gonna shoot it off the back of the ship. I can understand that ignorance. Okay, flares. Okay, yeah, I can understand certain people. Okay, if the ship go down, I brought my own flare. I mean, I'm thinking, this is what I'm thinking. The mentality here: if the ship go down, I'm gonna bring my own flare. This is what I guess this is what I'm thinking. But okay, now hold. Here's a good one. Do not bring a hand grenade. Oh my God. I don't know why. I don't believe I'm actually saying this. This was on the sign. If you don't believe me, go back to my post and look there. It says, do not bring hand grenades. First of all, if you got a hand grenade, if you're ex-military and you got a hand grenade, that means you stole it from the military. You just can't go out and buy hand grenades. That means you're mentally unstable. You need to. You shouldn't be on. You shouldn't be on. The vacation that you need to be on is a padded room with medication. You need to be overly medicated. If you have a hand grenade in your suitcase or your carry-on, something ain't right with you, brother. I'm just saying. A freaking hand grenade. You know, and I didn't notice. I took the picture. I took the picture of the sign because I seen one thing. I'm gonna tell you what I seen on there, and then I started laughing. And but then, like, yes, last night I just started reading the rest of the sign and just started going, really? You got to be kidding me, right? But it said, you know what? If it's on this sign, somebody tried to do it. Because I'm down in Miami. There's only one or two slots that are actually, no, there's three slots that are actually allocated to different cruise companies. The rest are allocated to whoever comes into port. One of them it was the slot further up was for the carnival. I think it's for the Mardi Gras, the carnival. I think it was the Carnival Mardi Gras or the celebration. One of the big ships there. Virgin is down at the end, and Royal Caribbean is way up at the front. yeah. Okay. See, go ahead. Yeah, look. We will. I'm just trying. I'm trying to fathom. And you like you said. We must remember you must call crazy, otherwise crazy will seem normal. It's too late, Associate Minister Reserve Dick and Terry Jones. It's too late. Some people think that it's okay to do stupid stuff like this. First of all, where do you get a grenade from? And depending on the age of it, I'm ex-military. Depending on the age of it, it could be unstable already. You mean your pack it blow up? Crazy. All right, let's go on. Okay, this is just common sense, but some people think I'm a card carrying NRA individual. I'm going to protect the United States with my little itty bitty pistol, and I'm prepared for an uprising. I'm prepared for an uprising. It says don't bring any handguns, shoulder fire weapons, firearms. Also says ammo. Okay. When you're an avid cruiser or you're a person that goes away, on not on a regular, but that goes away, you should know better. Especially if you are a card carrying NRA. They teach you this, but some of y'all so knucklehead and crazy. They teach you what you can do and where you can go with this. But a cruise ship is international, okay? A cruise ship is international. You can't bring that stuff. You can't bring that stuff on a cruise ship. Now, Turks and Caicos, it's been in the it's been in the news lately. A few people have went to the island of Turks and Caicos, and one they said one was on a cruise ship, but I don't remember you having to put your stuff through a machine coming back to the ship on in Turks and Caicos. So I don't believe that. But some people have flown into Turks and Caicos, and they found it at the airport that the person had ammo in their possession. Do your homework, because you get caught Turks and Caicos with one bullet, you going to be in prison for about 12 years. But you're a card carrying, God fearing. You're gonna protect everybody. You're gonna protect your family. You don't bring a gun, but you got a bullet in your suitcase. First of all, why you got a bullet in your suitcase? I'm just asking. Why do you got a bullet in your suitcase? I'm not trying to be funny, but why you got a bullet? Why you got a bullet in your suitcase? Come on. Like you said, like Associate Minister said, crazy as why you on vacation? You're on vacation. I don't get it. But crazy is crazy. And crazy has become the norm in our society today. I mean, that's the sad, the sad, honest, the truth. Honest to God truth. That's the sad part of what's going on in our society today. I got rights. No, you think you got rights, and then if you might not be dark skinned, but my skin color, we get treated different. Think about it. Sorry to say it. Oh, why is it always that? But it's the truth. We get treated different. I'm just saying. Um, Stun gun. I could this one I can understand. A taser, the little gun. You're going on a cruise. You're a woman. You're by yourself. You're afraid. You don't know. That one I can understand a little bit. That one I can understand. But you can't bring them on there. And they make them for. It could be a lipstick case, a little flashlight. They make them in all different types where you can zip it in and bring them down. And I understand you're by yourself, you're going international, you're a little afraid, but you got to remember there's rules to the situation. Be street smart, be smart. Don't don't bring a stun gun on a cruise ship. Don't bring a stun gun on airlines. Call the airlines up, but then call the city that you're going into, because you can. I'm finding out you can declare a gun on the airlines. There's a specific way you do that. But if you take it to a city that is not allowed, even though the airline said it's okay, even though the airline said it's okay, when you get to the other side, like New York City, guess what? You're going to jail. There's a TikTok influencer that I have, because he carries his gun everywhere, and he went to New York City and he went to jail. So learn and be a little bit more smart up in the noggin. Okay. And last and honestly not least, this was a good one. This was a good one. If you're going to be cruising, don't bring a cattle prod. You might be a little bit freaky. You tell everybody your little freakiness here that you bringing a cattle prod onto a cruise ship, to get with whoever. I know. Look, a cattle prod is on the sign. That was the reason I took the picture. A cattle prod. Hey, Urban, this is what I'm saying. Some people are freaky on these cruise ships, and they hide it, and everybody be joking, but yo, when you go on a cruise ship, see, because I decorate my door. I decorate my door because I'm proud of. Yo, this story need to be going on official Jabia and swoops like me Saturday night talk. What I was saying is I decorate my doors because I'm saying, hey, this is my little YouTube channel. Can't I go to one of those craft stores and get little stars and glitter and glue stuff and you know little cute stuff, and I print out my YouTube page, Can't Stop Walking. I print out the big square that if you want to take a picture of it, you lock in, you can come to my YouTube page. This is what I do, and if you could see people like it. Someone actually left a duck in my mailbox. It ain't the greatest looking thing, but I had fun doing it. It's become a tradition. I'm proud of it. Other people, like, they'll put on vacation, birthday, graduation, but some freaky knots, some some of you freakies, they put an upside down pineapple. They put an upside down pineapple on their door. Well, what does that mean? Well, in the cruise industry, an upside down pineapple means that you want to you like sharing. You know how we say sharing is caring? Do. You like sharing your woman, you like sharing your man with other people. And they'll put that on their door and say, look, and that's an open invitation to join them. That, yeah, swingers, that's an open invitation. Yeah, I know you would know your official, David. That's why I said this would be the subject. Was y'all saying that? Um, there was on the celebration. There was a LGBTQ couple walking around with shirts upside down pineapple, and all these kids. I'm like, Lord, if those kids only knew. But that's what I'm saying. This person probably was like, I'm in the pain and all this. You need to bring the pink stun gun. You need to bring the pink cattle prod. You need to bring the pink cattle prod on the cruise ship so we can have some fun. Eh, Tell me that ain't embarrassing. Because they pull that open. They gonna open that up. I'm just saying, guys, if you gonna do something, you can go out. You can go without your freakiness. You can go without your freakiness for 5 or 6 days, can't you? I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm gonna change what not to bring. What not to bring on a cruise ship? Extreme measures. Well, I just thought I'd change it up and talk about this for a bit. I didn't think, you know, people like us, people like you guys in the chat. Hey, any of you guys that are in the chat would give me a one if you would have put thought about bringing any of that stuff that I've talked about, and put a two if you think these folks that lost their natural born mind. Associate Miss, look, and people will say, see, this is how someone a manipulator is. Oh, well, you're insecure. Dang right. Yeah. I can understand it. That's why I said it the way I said it. Um, dang, dang right. Yeah, I'm insecure. When I'm with you, I don't know. I don't want to know about your past. I don't want to know about your future. But I expect I expect you because we had discussed this. It's gonna be you and me. Okay. I'm not sharing you with nobody. I'm not watching you with nobody. I'm not going nowhere other than with you. I'm not thinking of nobody other than you. I'm sorry. Look, call me whatever, but I'm not doing that. Okay? I'm not doing that. There's an old saying: be with someone that wants to be with you. Love someone that loves you even more. My wife says it all the time. I thought I didn't need it, but I really actually do. She calls me sexy, calls me all this other stuff. Y'all might think, look at this big old fat high yellow bubba butt, no booty, whatever. But she thinks different. So guess what that makes me want to do? That makes me want to eat better. That makes me want to dress better. That makes me want to act better. That makes me want to try. You see, hear what I said? Try to exercise. Yeah, you're right. But I believe in it. My mental capabilities can't go past the fact that I belong to you and you belong to me. Notice I didn't say you belong to me first. I belong to you and you belong to me. Not because you're a piece of meat, but we made that total commitment to each other. If we wanted to experiment, I'm not experiment too much. I'm not gonna throw my back out, but you know what I'm saying. But a cattle prod, come on, man, come on, man. A cattle prod. You know what gets freaky with me when, and I ain't gonna put that on the internet, but when you are nice to me, when you're caring to me, I see you in a different light. When you shower me with positive energy, that is such a turn on to me because I've been in so many negative, unpopular, not positive situations. When you just say out of the blue, "I love you," I care about you, you got this, I'm supporting you, whatever. When you do that, it brings such positive light to my life that I can't help but adore you even more. I would have never, if I didn't, if God didn't bless me. This is why I go back to what I said before. You're not a prize. You are a blessing. You are a wonderful gift by God. If God didn't give me this gift of you, I wouldn't be joking about stuff not to bring on a cruise. We're going to get together in the next couple of weeks and figure out 2025, the end of 2025, 20. We're going on a cruise on 2026, and then we need to, we'll see where we're going after that. Good morning, Wellness. But you have to be able to bring to the table something different, something. That's why I've tried. Sorry, guys. When you got asthma and you just getting over a cold, boy, all that phlegm and all that. Oh my God, it's been an experience. But energy, it makes people be more thankful to what your situation is. It brings people. That's why when I talked about the folks, your pages keep giving that positive energy. Like a Fisher Jamer. Look, I'm like, you got pig's feet? You eating pig's feet? I said, if that ain't the country, and I'm just going, well, I wouldn't eat it, but she's enjoying the heck out of it. I wouldn't go out and buy no pig feet, but she enjoying the heck out of it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm enjoying the heck out of it because you came at me. You came at me with your video in such a positive. She said, "Look, don't come for me. This is good." It's just a sipping, and I'm like, "See, that's what I'm talking about." That's why when my alert says, "Oh, the Fisher," hey, I need to go to Fisher Jamie's page. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why I say that. Know that people are looking and caring and enjoying your presence on online. They don't want to say it, but you've become their friend. And I don't know, did I say good morning wellness? You've become their friend. You've become their morning. You've become their morning routine. I didn't, guys. I only had like 4 or 5 hours sleep, but you guys are part of my morning routine now. I said, well, I got to get up. I got to get up and talk about it. Talk about your loves. Talk about your ambitions. Talk about your channel in the right positive way to bring more people to your life, and it becomes more and more fun. I enjoy this. I appreciate it, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I could talk some foolishness to somebody early in the morning. As you see, I'm always by myself. That's why a lot of times you hear ranting and raving, because when I finally get to speak to somebody, they're acting like a fool. The lady security guard at the gate asked me, well, why did you come to this gate? You could have went to the other one. I said, well, I came to your gate because you're more nice. You're nicer than the person at the other gate. She said, what? I said, yeah. The other lady's a grouch. I could have went to that gate, and that made her day. You're more nicer, and she processed me in 3 hours early. She processed me in 3 hours early, and I said, I know what gate I came to. This is what I'm used to. These are the things I'm used to doing. Um, I'm more appreciative again of my job. I'm going to, we're going. Y'all gonna have a whole lot more light lawn and gardening stuff coming up soon. when I go on disability for my hernia operation, but that's okay. You know, it's going to be a good break for a little while, and I'm going to get paid for it. That's why always guys plan. I had short-term disability for a while, but the doctor said that I'm going to need an operation right here because I got another hernia right here. I said, you know what? Let me put in for long-term. So I've had long-term disability for 3 years. I'm going to get that done. I'm going to get the other thing done. And after that, once I get that halfway paid too, I'm get my mouth taken care of. You can't see it, but my mouth is, I need to get everything pulled out and start over. But that's a whole nother story. Guys, I thank y'all again for coming in. I thank you for being a blessing. I thank you for being a part of the YouTube page. I thank you for the guys that are coming in on the remix. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna change the. We're gonna change. We're gonna change. I'm gonna change the the thumbnail. Not the thumbnail, but the what not to bring on a cruise ship with a laughing face, in the reason why. And I might just I'll probably change the thumbnail too. Then I'm gonna get back on the road. You know, I haven't been driving this morning, so that's why I could actually read your words and your your comments. And I just want to thank y'all for being a part of my life and blessing me to start my day in such a positive such a positive attitude. So you guys take care, and we will see y'all tomorrow. And as always, you think nobody loves you, know that God loves you, and I love you too. Deuces.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up.
Oh, and I forgot. Coming up next, Wellness for Frugal Mama. Check her out. Later, guys.